you. I'm running out of easy questions, and I'm going to pick on Bob again. He's good at fielding them. In terms of the full value chain, industry is, of course, playing a very critical role, and they, of course, have to pony up quite a bit of the money for energy research and innovation. We have the EIIs, the European Industrial Initiatives. What will change now? And Bob, I don't know if you have any examples that will highlight, where we are in terms of getting industry involved in research and development and accelerating the innovation pipeline, and where we need to go.
Right. Thank you for the question. Actually, I have an example. I probably can't identify the company because the news has not been made official yet, but one of our largest national companies that operates on a European scale has been successful with a Horizon 2020 proposal. This is a company that would not normally have involved itself with the European program. This is a company that is an extreme example of how the private sector works. When it wants a new technology, it buys the company that has the technology and has been very successful in becoming a European player by doing that. Now, because of the set plan and because of the integrated nature of different actors, in order to progress a new technology, that company has understood that the European communautaire approach can help it. So I'm starting to see companies engaging with researchers, with academics in a way I didn't see 10 years ago. So if you look to session 5, when we talk about the action plan from strategy to implementation, on the panel we have a university professor, somebody from a joint undertaking, a European Industrial Initiative, EERA, the European Investment Bank, and a KIC Energy Association. This is the future.
Of course, yeah, the KIC has been sort of structured to be the glue, and hopefully it's working. Georg, same question. Are there examples in Germany of industry that maybe was reluctant to get involved up to now and is starting to see new opportunities and perhaps a structure that works for them?
Thank you. I think I should start with a rough estimate. If we put €1 in research and development on the table, then we can come to a result, say, first of its kind demonstration, and then start the whole innovation process up to the market uptake. And the rough estimate that we needed additional €10 for this process. And this is the real problem we face, because it's for the €1 research and development, we get good results. We get excellent technologies. We get first of its kind demonstration that the technology works. But then the process started to bring it on the market, to decrease the cost, and so on and so on. And this is a very costly process. And we have in Germany, of course, the experience with the renewable energies. And all of you know what Germany has costed this market implementation of photovoltaics and wind energy. And it's the factor of 10, maybe more. And so we have to look, we have to enter or to introduce the whole chain from basic research to innovation. But we do not really know how to organize. And the example of Germany with the renewable energies, many can say, okay, it's a successful introduction of renewable technologies, but it was very costly and it will cost a lot of money, say, in the next 10, 20 years from now. So is that the right answer to this question? I would probably have a little bit doubt that it is the right answer. So we have to look very seriously to the industry, to what is coming out on the research and development area. We have to look for increasing the step behind the first of its kind, the development or demonstration. But Of course, we have looked for the whole chain, but it is easy to say, but they're very difficult to do, and we do not have the right answer to that.
Thank you. Gunta, an example from Latvia.
Thank you very much. In our case, it's quite difficult because for small country, research is one part, but our industry is not so big and not so heavy, for example, to compare with German industry. And now I would like to say cooperation is the main word again. Our researchers can carry out research results which is and are important for investors from other countries, and so we can put in our economy some results what we alone cannot do. Also cooperation and also as integrated system.
Okay, Giovanni, maybe following up on that point, the Commission is holding will hold broad and transparent consultations with stakeholders to identify their research and innovation needs. How will that work in reality? I mean, can that be part of the impetus for more collaboration?
Yes, definitely yes. I think that, first of all, I want to say this is a clear example. We have been working, and I want to thank again my staff, because this is an example of effective collaboration with many scientists. It took lots of energy, time, effort, by the way, also extra cost, because during the process of receiving email and sending back our answers, we ran out of ink for our printers twice. So there were also unexpected extra cost for this effort. But I think in the end it's a very clear demonstration of successful common effort. And I want to go beyond this. This is just a starting point. I think that as the energy policy, as we heard today, is becoming more and more holistic, complex, however, close to the citizen needs, no? The more, so this top-down process, integrated energy policy, do we want to let it grow in and grow in without a sound scientific support? I think no. So if you really want to follow this integration at political level with an integrated policy and science support, we need to increase our collaboration. We need now, European Commission, GSE is the, let's say, scientific branch of the European Commission, together with our colleagues and cousins of RTD, but we are just managing research. We need to go and solve problems together with the key stakeholder, with the key center of excellence in the different countries, in the different regions of Europe. Because the problems are different. Because the problems are linked to the real social, economic, industrial situation. So, for example, in this regional approach that is now very well supported, as we heard this morning by DG Energy, now, we are very prompt and we would like very much to cooperate with the key stakeholder, with the key center of excellence and knowledge in those countries to solve real problems in that region. So we need to leverage the level of collaboration from generic issues, which are important, to solve problems. And the problems need competence, need willingness to cooperate, to share data, to share models, and finally to find common results. So my answer is imperative now to collaborate at a real effective level with the member states to make advance in real solution of real problems in the different area of Europe. And maybe in future we will be a common solution for common problems. But I think it would be already a very important step ahead if we do now go and collaborate indeed throughout this kind of first regional approach. So, yes, definitely yes.
Thank you. It sounds optimal. Our time is just about up, and I hope I didn't neglect anyone. If any one of the 6 panelists would like to make a point that you have not yet had a chance to make, please raise your hand. Oh, thank you, Mairie.
Well, we haven't really had an opportunity to discuss the cross-cutting horizontal themes in the last block of the integrated roadmap. And I just wanted to spend a moment addressing those, specifically the issue of socioeconomic analysis. because it makes, it's as inevitable as night follows day that as we move to an energy system where we have the consumer at the centre of it, the consumer becomes more aware. And as consumers become more aware, they will start to determine their own views on things. Historically, you could put a nuclear power station over there and you didn't see it, and the electricity just came when you turned on the light switch. Now we have a much more distributed energy system with more involvement of the consumer. So understanding what the socio-economic impact and what the social reaction is to the energy system is really very, very important. We cannot ignore consumers' and citizens' concerns to some of the rollout of the infrastructure requirements that we need for the new energy system, for some of the technologies. Some people think wind turbines are absolutely beautiful, state-of-the-art, modern pieces of equipment. Others hate and detest them. So you can have different views. So I think it's really very important that as we go forward with this transition, we do keep consumers and citizens with us as part of the debate, and that we do explain why certain things are happening and why certain investments in pylons or cables or whatever it might be are necessary, because otherwise we would have disastrous consequences. So I just wanted to draw a bit of attention to that. It's in the block at the end, where we consider it to be very important. It comes with issues like skills, because, again, skills will change as the energy system changes, and, of course, also the aspects on international. So I just wanted to flag that one up, if I may.
Thank you, Maria. I agree with you. I think of all the challenges we've heard today, putting the consumer at the center of the energy transition is going to be a big one, because it involves behavioral change. Bob has raised his hand and would like to make another final statement. Anyone else?
Gail, I just wanted to say something that wasn't an answer to a hard question. When the set plan started, and I was there at the beginning in 2008, the set plan steering group typically met twice a year. This year, the set plan steering committee has met at least 4 times. We met in October, November, December. There's a very active joint action working group, as Geog said, managed by my UK colleague. And I think that's a bit of evidence that the Member States and the Commission are working in a much more integrated way. So from the governance point of view, I think we are much more of a team than we were when set plan started. And I think that's hopeful for the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Or are we ready for lunch almost? Okay. I'm going to do my best to sum up a bit. It's been a really interesting discussion. I think we've heard a lot of valuable lessons learned over the past 5 to 7 years. One, looking forward, I think we've heard the need for increased cooperation, both at a national level in Europe, also inter-Europe, and also beyond Europe, looking to the global energy market and partners. The complexity and the cost of demonstrations and research is enormous, and we can all benefit by not reinventing the wheel. The need to link industry and research is, of course, fundamental, and that will be the proof in the pudding of this new updated approach. We've heard about how the evolution of technology has actually disrupted our energy market, and about the need to put the consumer at the center of the system in order to achieve the goals and equilibrium that's needed now. We heard about the need for sound financial mechanisms, robust financial mechanisms to implement the ambitious plans, the need to have public-private partnerships that really do work well. From Giovanni, integration, just do it. Get the whole value chain involved. And finally, understanding the socio-economic impact, which goes back to consumers. I'd like to thank the panel. I think it was a very interesting one, and I wish everyone here a good 2 days of work, a very productive 2 days of work. I think that what you're doing matters, and that the pace is accelerating, And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thank you.